Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel, live every Tuesday. Guys, I figured I'd jump on this topic, man. It's pretty. I just couldn't. I couldn't pass this one up. Why is that? Because AI pretty much has taken over everything. I mean, if you, I use it now, everybody uses it in some form or fashion. It's been around, right? But now it's so pervasive. It's pretty much invading, like a foreign army, every aspect of our lives. I mean, it's just that's why I'm doing a live tonight, okay? Because if you're not prepared, especially as far as a career goes, you may want to look into AI and getting up to speed on that, right? Because eventually it's going to take over everything. But let's talk. Let's focus. Let's focus, guys. And if you see me in a jacket today, well, I just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. This shirt's kind of messy, and I don't like presenting myself too messy. I got a certain image I like to uphold. Anyway, guys. So AI, how's AI affecting, or how has it permeated the home improvement industry? Very interesting once you do the research on that. Uh, because what usually when people talk about fear of the robots taking over or fear of technology taking over, they're usually talking about lower level jobs and things like that, right? But if you look at AI, it's actually replacing the higher level jobs, project management. If you're a designer, architecture, all that, it's taken over that, right? Because it increases the speed, right? It takes the human factor out, right? Just like what a robot does, and increases the speed of it. But robots today are not just assembly line workers, right? They're actually becoming more creative. They're actually mimicking human intelligence in its creative aspects more than before, and that's what AI is all about. And that's what makes it so attractive, and that's what makes it very dangerous in a sense as well. So, if you don't know what AI is, let me give you a definition here, a textbook definition of AI. It stands for artificial intelligence, and it refers to the developing computer systems that perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, right? Mathematics, this and that. But like I said, it's much more than that now. It's much more than 1+1 = 2. It's much more than zeros and ones in a computer program. It's actually more intuitive, I should say, right? More creative, and that's what's happening today. Once you merge that logic side with the creative side in a non-human entity like artificial intelligence, you got pretty much a human being with superpowers without a flesh and body. But even now, they these things are becoming, in the digital world, they look like real people. Things. I mean, I saw some the other day, a certain version of AI, because there's basic AI, and then there's advanced AI. In the advanced world, you're talking about um, replicating the likeness of a human being to the T in the digital world. It's not just Photoshop and all this stuff, right? You're talking about mimicking all the nuances that a human face can make, from blinking to twitching and all that stuff. And when you look at these things, you think it's a real person, right? You think it's an actual real person, and it's not. And you don't know what you're looking at, right? And that's where it's come today. So you can take that in so many ways. But anyway, I'm gonna stick to the topic here. I'm just stick to the topic, because you can go off on a tangent when you're talking about this stuff. Okay. So, like I said, artificial intelligence refers to developing computer systems that perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. It involves the creation of algorithms and models that enable machines to analyze data, learn from it, make decisions, and perform actions. Okay, that's the basic definition of artificial intelligence. When you're talking about the construction industry, um, you're talking about building things, right? Obviously, right? Single family houses, custom homes, things that require a lot of design. The design, okay, the design element is strong in this. It's not just slapping a brick on a brick. It's all about design, planning, selecting materials, the right materials to build. Even the finished product, right, based on the customer wants and desires. And so, what AI has done, especially in the residential construction world, it has pretty much speeded up those processes. So companies that are using AI to do all these things as far as the design and planning aspect, they're probably going to shoot ahead because the time factor is being cut in half, right? The time factor is being cut in half. There's no human element involved. And I would think that the variety, right? The variety of creative choices that an AI system can pump out, spit out for somebody to look at, and down to everything. Like I said, material selection, all that, that's happening like that compared to like before, right? So you can present a proposal to a customer right off the bat. You know what I mean? Like instead of them waiting 2 weeks for you to get back to them with an architectural drawing, that AI system will spit out the thing right there, right? And they have different versions of these, even for the end user to create and design 3D renderings, 3D models in the digital world of what they want as far as a living space. And that's how far it has come today. So imagine all the jobs, guys. Imagine all the jobs or people that may be shaking in their boots because of this AI revolution. All right, taking over. I'm not just talking about the guy, the lower guy on the totem pole swinging a hammer. Actually, it's the guy that's swinging the hammer that's probably the safest right now, because it seems like AI is taking over all these sit at your desk designing on a computer job. And so, yeah, I mean, it's that's where it's come to. Let me see. One second. Very good life. No, so true. You have to verify any information you come across to determine if it's actually real. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have. I was, like I said, I was on one of these platforms, and it was a video of people speaking on stage with all the nuances of a regular human being. And man, I tell you, you can't tell the difference. You just couldn't tell the difference. It's not a static 2D image, where you can Photoshop this and that. No, these were actually living, speaking, breathing, moving images that look just like people. So yeah, it's crazy out there. Pergola said apps are taking place of designers. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I said, even in the world of construction, things like architecture, all those things that you got to go get a 4-year degree for. Well, man, I think the value of those degrees is probably plummeted now because of AI. The value of so many, what we think of as higher level white collar jobs or careers in the design field, the value probably has plummeted on those jobs and getting those degrees. And so, yeah, I mean, that, like I said, it's the exponential growth of technology today is much faster than the skill level that most people have, right? Those things tend to stay static. But once technology stepped in the game, once the internet stepped in the game, it's pretty much speeding everything up. And if you can't keep pace with that, then hey, okay. The construction industry, including residential construction, has embraced AI to streamline processes, improve efficiency, and enhance outcomes. That's just another way of saying AI is taking over, pretty much. Okay. Every time you hear about an industry embracing a certain technology, they're saying we're getting ready to lay a lot of people off because we see the monetary benefit, the financial benefit, the costs we can cut, the fat we can trim to streamline our business and make it more profitable, and all of that. That's just a fancy way of saying that. Okay, that's when somebody talking about I'm embracing this, I'm embracing that, and not just embracing it because they like it. They're embracing it because they see the dollar signs and what it's going to mean for their industry, what it's going to mean for their business. So of course it's going to be embraced. AI technology is being applied to various aspects of construction, including design, project management, scheduling, cost estimation, quality control, and more. Okay, integrating AI in structure can revolutionize how homes are built, enabling greater precision, customization, sustainability. Yeah, okay, I hear all of that, and that's great, But at the end of the day, it's about cutting costs. Okay, all technology is created for, any kind of technology, is to cut something. Okay, it's to make something easier, right? To make something more. When you're talking about making something more efficient, you're talking about saving money. If you're talking about greater precision, you're talking about saving money. If you're talking about sustainability, you're talking about saving money. Even customization, you're talking about saving money, because you're talking about letting the client know what, or giving the client more options. That's money. Okay, the more you can do that, and the faster you can do that, then the more money you're gonna make, and that's pretty much what AI equals to. All right. Let me see here, guys. Let me see. All right, guys, keep it. Let's. I'm not gonna be on here too long. Just want to dive into this. Combining AI's power with construction professionals' expertise enables the residential construction industry to unlock new possibilities and address challenges more effectively. In the following section, we will explore blah blah blah. Just reading it. Okay, benefits of residential construction, AI in residential construction, accountability. All right. Another thing about AI is talking about record keeping. Okay, record keeping is a big part of that as well, right? Because it's happening automatically. You're talking about automatic digital record keeping of all aspects of the building process, whatever that is. Very important. Why? Because now you can go back and you can do the analytics on what's working, what's not, what's more efficient, what's not, and you can compare those metrics quicker. And the quicker you can compare what's working and what's not, just like if you're running ads for something, you're going to test, and then you're going to see which ad performs the best, right? With AI, you can use the same analogy. You can see which building process is the best. You can use AI to determine. You can use AI to determine which materials are the best, right? Which scheduling, right? Which trade skill that you may want to rearrange in the whole building process. All kinds of ways you can think about how it can speed up these processes. Okay, so it's beneficial. Okay, let's see. A learned moral code impacts all of AI's decision-making process. Yeah, and that's the thing. I haven't dove that deep into the moral, the moral aspects of AI, right? So what that means. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. But I'm sure there are moral dimensions to AI and how fast it's spreading and how it's affecting us. That's topic for another live. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's replacing the human factor. Okay, it's replacing the human factor. It's making things more efficient, and once again, that means more dollar signs. You understand? Okay, all right. Let's see what else we can dig up about. Okay, let's see here. AI is crucial in custom home construction for optimal layouts and energy efficiency. Yeah, that's a big plus. Now, when you're talking about energy efficiency, that lands into the efficiency bucket, but that's a big deal. Okay, that's a big deal. Not just the end product efficiency, not just slapping a solar panel on your house, but you can even, I mean, if you go down the rabbit hole of AI, you're talking about even sourcing the materials, the efficiency of how those things are sourced, right? It gets that deep. Okay. Architects and designers use AI to analyze factors such as solar exposure, energy consumption to suggest ideal building orientations. Yeah, when I was in the solar industry, guys, I told you I was, most of the time when I worked, I was in some kind of trade. Solar industry, very, very interesting. I was always interested in how that worked. So basically, in a nutshell, you have what's called photovoltaic cells. I thought I had a solar panel around here somewhere. And that's what a solar panel is. It's an array of photovoltaic cells. So when the sunlight hits the cell, it knocks the electrons around in that cellular structure of that molecular structure of that cell, and that produces the electric charge. And I know that's a way simplified way of saying that, but that's pretty much what happened. But it's very interesting, harnessing energy from your environment, right? Very interesting. It's clean, and all of that. So yeah. So anyway, AI is, AI can pretty much determine how efficient a solar array or solar arrangement would be for a certain structure. It can determine energy consumption, how efficient the energy consumption is, down to window placements, insulation, and the HVAC system as well. So, I mean, this was unheard of 20 or so years ago, guys. Okay. You have at your fingertips probably a one-man show behind a computer clicking something and saying, an automatic, just like you may go on Chat GPT and you go to the prompt and you say, you type your question in and you hit the prompt and it spits out all this stuff. Well, that's pretty much what it does for all these systems in a building environment, right? A construction environment, right off the bat, just like that. Um, this results in energy efficient homes, savings for the homeowner. AI helps identify opportunities for sustainable materials, technologies, and construction too. Okay, I talked about that, material sourcing and all of that. Okay. All right. So it talks about how AI can also be used to track, the security systems, surveillance systems. It gets it breaks it down some more. But I wanted to touch on another aspect of how AI is being used, not just from the end user side, um, not just from the architects and designers and stuff like that, but from the mid-level guys, the contractors, the ones that are actually out there coming to the site and building something, or doing what they do. Um, they are benefiting as well, because if you're a company, if you're a small contractor, guess what? You're just getting into the game. You're going to have to, just like any other business, you're going to have to make yourself known. You're going to have to market. You're going to have to do all kinds of, you're just going to, before you start making money, you may get one client here, one client there. It's going to take time to build your name out there as a contractor. Well, guess what? AI is pretty much helping with that as well. I mean, think about it. AI, it can write the scripts for you, for your salespeople, if you have salespeople. It can do the marketing for you, or at least be involved in or take the heavy lifting of the marketing off of you, and do that as well. It can track all your analytics, all the materials you need, the cost of materials, the budgets, all that stuff. You can use AI for that as well. So as a small contractor, you can, in today's world, in the AI era, you can really reap the benefits. For example, it says your sales team and structure. It can help with that. It can help with your lead flow and your CRMs, your customer relations management, and all that. So what else? Like I said, it can spit out scripts for you, for your salespeople to go out there and get clients. Yeah. So even for the contractor out there just getting started, you have such a leg up, right? To blow up faster, to move much quicker than your predecessors, right? A contract in the 90s, in the 80s, even in the early 2000s, even maybe 10 years ago. It's not the same. You're not in the same boat. You have more tools now to help you, right? So either you can get ran over by AI, or you can get to know the technology, or at least be aware of it, and maybe get on top of it and use it to your advantage. I mean, that's what it's going to do. Technology is going to do one, two things. It's going to run you over, right? Because you were too lazy to learn about it. You just saw it on the sidelines. You said, yeah, that's not going to affect me. It's not going to, I'll be all right. That's what a lot of people said when the internet came around, when they were still in the analog world. They had the articles in the magazines. They were still in the written word and stuff like that. They didn't really care about the internet. Then the internet came around, and because they didn't jump on the train fast enough, all the other companies that, or the businesses that saw the writing on the wall and said, okay, I'm going to create an online presence. Guess what? They got knocked out the box. especially industries like publishing, in the publishing world, right? People that had magazines. I can think of a magazine that used to be out. Jet magazine is one of them. Ebony magazine. I don't know if Ebony's still out. These are magazines that are particular to the African American community, but I'm sure this happened in other communities as well, or businesses that cater to other communities, or just businesses in general that had, that published a lot of work, right? They had published a lot of work, and they didn't listen, so now they're not there because they just got, they just let things pass them by. So anyway, guys, interesting things happening out there, even though you may not even know they're going on. They're affecting you, and maybe you can figure. Maybe it doesn't affect you as much because a robot's not picking up a hammer and swinging it right now, unless it's just some kind of for show or something like that. But you may be in an industry where you see the writing on the wall, but you don't know what to do. Well, my suggestion is just to study it more and maybe see where you can fit into the ecosystem so you won't be left behind. And maybe you could possibly start an AI firm yourself. Anyway, guys, that's it for tonight. If you appreciate the content, hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to go to where is it? Right there. Go to check out what we have for you, Calibrate.com. Got some great products for you. The holidays are coming up. Take advantage of the discounts there. And guys, I'm coming. I be on the lookout. Okay, be on the lookout for some digital products that I have. Okay, that I created just for you, just for the DIYer, for the person interested in starting their home improvement projects. I created a great planner for you that'll be, you'll love it. It won't cost much at all, and you guys can use that to get started on your projects, to keep yourself organized, keep yourself on budget, and keep yourself creative. And that's the most important thing, is to stay creative. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.